to your first instructional video. I'm going to show you now how to complete a one length haircut. With this haircut, how you stand and where you stand is really, really important. Firstly, you need a good comb that's comfortable for you to hold, and a nice pair of scissors. These are 6-inch. Scissors range from 5 to 6.5. I suggest you actually go to a wholesaler's and actually try your scissors for yourself. Okay, and the fingers that you hold them in is your thumb and your finger next to your little finger. So you put your finger and then your thumb, and you will cut with just your thumb. In between each haircut or each section, you should take your thumb out. Okay, and you should do what's called palming. Hold your scissors, because you should be able to hold your scissors and your comb in the same hand. Okay, now this is a block. All blocks are more than adequate. It's for you to decide which one you would like to buy and what one you want to use. On this one, I'm going to just take about 1 inch off the length so you can have a look for yourself. I've already wet her down and I've put her in the middle parting. So what you need to do is section just behind the ear and get the hair at the sides out of the way. Pick those up, and then all you're going to be doing is concentrating on the back. Okay, so get your 2 sections out of the way, just behind the ear. Make sure your sections are neat and tidy, because it affects your haircut and the accuracy of your haircut too. Okay, and then I'm just going to be with the back. I'm going to turn it now so you can see. Okay, and then what you're going to do is take another middle parting at the back, tip the head forward, and make sure if this was a client the head needs to be forward, and you take your first section about half an inch up from the head. Nice straight section, as straight as you can get it on a block, and then on the other side as well. So then you should have a nice straight section at the back of the block ready for you to cut with the head down. Okay? Then obviously you would decide with your client how much you're going to be taking off. You need to make sure you've got nice tight tension, hold the hair down, and then cut the required amount off. In your 2 fingers here. Okay? And then carry that all the way across the back. Okay, and there you go. Your first guideline cut. All nice and straight, all correct. Okay, when you're happy with the amount of hair that you've cut and you're happy with your guideline, you then go on to the next section. And again, you've got a nice straight section at the back of the head. So you can see across here, it's a nice section. Again, tilt the head forward, and when you comb your hair down, you should see your guideline underneath the hair. And again, cut the required amount off. You must make sure you stand parallel to the back of your client with your feet hips apart, so you are standing correctly. If you don't, your haircut will be affected. And again, all nice and straight again. And you're going to keep working up the rest of the head. So I'm just going to carry on. Making sure the sections you take are not too wide. If you can't see your guideline underneath and your section's too wide and you need to take some hair away, and can you see while I'm sectioning, I have my comb in my hand and I don't have my thumb in my scissors. Just going to spray it down, it's drying in here. You must make sure the hair's all wet because it affects the tension of the haircut if it's half wet, half dry, because of something called natural elasticity. All hair has natural elasticity, and hair always stretches when it's wet. So it's really important that you either cut the hair dry or you cut the hair wet. And in terms of accuracy, you are far better to cut the hair wet. And while you're cutting, you need to think about hair texture and type, and that's something you would do in your consultation with your client. Find out what they want, what hair type have they got, can they have what they've asked, does their hair let them? If not, then you would need to recommend a style that does suit them. Okay, so I've just done that next section and I'm just going to work all the way through the back now. Again, make sure these sections are correct at the top and they're nice and straight, because again that will affect your haircuts. If you've got longer bits or shorter bits, it might be because of your sectioning. And also make sure that the client's head is down at all times. If they start to talk to you, just make sure you recheck that the head is actually down and looking at the floor.